I was asked to bring you the case study of Italian Angels for Growth, which is the group that I co-founded, just to bring an example of how an angel group developed in what is, for many reasons, an underdeveloped market for angel investing, such as Italy. And this will give me the chance to cover the second point, which is a little bit of some perspectives on how angel investing has been evolving in different markets around the world, which is something that is always interesting to have a look at, for the simple reason that, as you might know, or as you might be discovering during this couple of days, angel investing is not the same everywhere. It's incredibly varied in the way that people perceive it, in the way angel investors like to work together. Some of them like to work by themselves. Is there really a value in co-investing with other angels? Is that really a value in co-investing with other angel groups? There are many ways of doing angel investing. There are many ways of making and losing money, to go back to what Philippe was saying at the beginning. So I will bring one perspective and try to open up a few I can say a few more, so that we can go home with a little more knowledge. And I will start with Italian Angels, simply because, as I said, it is an example of what can happen in an underdeveloped market. And Italy is not big in angel investing, nor is Portugal by many means. We are relatively new to this kind of investments. And so if I press here, this should work indeed. So I won't go through the whole thing. I will tell you a little bit about the fact that the Italian Angels is the largest angel group in Italy now, and is only 3.5 years old. So we were actually founded in 2007 by myself and 8 others. And the foundation of the group it's interesting, and it does explain a few things about how the group is run. Specifically, we actually didn't meet in Italy. The 9 founders met in the United States. And we met in the United States because the US ambassador to Italy at the time, called Ronald Spogli, was a venture capitalist before being an ambassador. And when he moved to Italy and starting in working as a US ambassador to Italy, he found out that, okay, for some reason, Italy is known to be worldwide as a decently entrepreneurial country, but there was basically no very developed venture capital industry, let alone angel investors. So he said, how was that? And so his best idea, which we quite enjoyed, was, okay, let's organize a study tour for some angels and some venture capitalists to the US, where they can actually meet with other, specifically angels, see how things are done in the US, and maybe gain some inspiration for their US counterparts, which is what we do. I mean, we did go. Some of us were already angels of our own, such as myself and others. Some were just involved in entrepreneurship. So we met during this US trip, and we came back and we said, okay, you know what? Why don't the 9 of us, I mean, there were about 20 people in that trip. 9 of us particularly liked each other for some reason. And we said, okay, why between the 9 of us don't we try to create an angel group similar to the US ones that we have met? And so the whole story started. So it's an interesting story, and it does explain why we stayed so open to international stimuli throughout these 3.5 years, because we were indeed, we were born in the US. So, okay, these are our values: global vision, profit sharing, innovative entrepreneurship, merit, passion, and fun. I could spend a long time on this slide. I won't do it. But as you can see, global vision remains, and it does help a lot in terms of attracting new angels to the group, as do actually passion and fun. Because especially, well, including me, but especially our president, Francesco, whom I'm going to talk about in a second, because he just won the Business Angel of the Year award at the latest IBAN conference. We found out that in order to attract investors to a group and attract angels to a group, the passion and fun elements are in some cases even more important than you know, the possibility of profit. Okay, the possibility of profit and the certainty of losses are two characteristics of angel investing worldwide. But one difference between being a lone wolf, as you say, an angel investor investing by himself, and investing in a group is the fun. And so we always say to anybody that joins us or that wants to join us, I mean, come with us. Investing with friends or investing with likely-minded people is a lot of fun. It's fun to, you know, talk to entrepreneurs and work with them and, you know, make the conscious effort of feeling part of the next generation of brilliant ideas that will work in our country and in Europe. It's fun to be sharing this objective with people like yourself, which, I mean, we do enjoy investing together, but we enjoy spending time together as well. Okay, how we operate. We operate as many other angel groups do. So go through, but the interesting journey that the business plan does within our group is mainly interesting because of what the screening groups does. So when a business plan gets into the office, we do select. We have a small team of committed people, of which I'm one, and I have another couple of colleagues. We actually do the first screening, but then the actual screening and analysis of the business plan is done by our members on a voluntary basis and on the basis of their competencies. So if we do get a deal on biotech, which we do quite often, and honestly, I mean, my career is in strategy, so if you give me a business plan on biotech, I get lost at the second line, okay? So what is the only way I can actually invest in a biotech business is by co-investing with someone that knows what he or she is talking about. So members with a specific competence help the screening process and then do so on a voluntary basis. And we get that kind of commitment only because of the passion and fun. So that's, you see how those things actually get connected. So we do present. We don't present a lot of deals to our members. Because our members come from all over Italy, it's not like we can meet every 2 weeks. We actually meet every 2 months. And we only present 3 to 4 deals, which are usually heavily screened before. So when a deal gets to the General Assembly and gets presented to every member, their chances of being funded is quite high, because a lot of the work has been done before. Then that's followed by due diligence and investment. So we are kind of weird in the world of angel investing because we cover all the country and not just the city, and the reason is because that's the way we were born, plus we have no competitors, which means we don't do many meetings, because people have to fly or take a train to Milan to get to the meeting, and which means we do a lot of the pre-due diligence and screening before. So whatever gets in front of the members has been kind of digested. Where are you? Has encountered a problem and needs to be closed. So we are sorry for the inconvenience, and so am I. So this is, you don't see that one. Okay, just tell me that PowerPoint has been stopped working. And I can send an error report to Microsoft, but you're not going to see a lot of slides. Where's the master? Maybe I can reopen it. OK, in the meantime, look at your neighbor, smile, and say, and think about what a wonderful day this is. And OK, this is back. And OK, anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'll start by saying, so due to this process, basically what happens to Italian angels is we are becoming structured with all the pros and cons that becoming very structured brings with it. We are making bigger investments, and now we're gonna get back to the. Thanks God I have another. I need to go to this one. Right? It stopped working for some reason. Let's see. Okay, so as you can see at the end of the day, the numbers of a structured angel group become quite similar to those of a small to medium-sized venture capital fund, especially in terms of percentage of deals that get financed at the end of the process. So as you can see, it's about 1%. So if you go from more than 1,000 business plan to the number of deals done, that's that's what happens. So in a way, we do have a challenge, I guess. The more angel groups come into the scene, which is good news, because people like to invest together, etc. But if people invest together, they tend to invest more. So at the moment, we do deals between 300,000 to 800,000 euros, which means that whatever is smaller than 300,000 euros in Italy will find it very difficult to get financed. So in a way, we are moving the valley of death before. In a way, there are challenges in promoting this system. So what have we done so far? We were founded by 9 members. We now have 85 members who committed about 11.5 million in deals. Not all of them got invested, but they were committed pre-due diligence. Then some of them are still in due diligence. Some of them didn't go through after due diligence, and so on and so forth. In fact, we actually invested in 9 companies plus 2 second rounds, which are now 3, since I've done this slide, plus 2 individual investments. We invested actually a little bit more than, we invested about almost 4 million. And we keep on doing these benchmarking trips. Benchmarking trips is something that since we were born in the US, as I was saying before, we keep on doing benchmarking trips, which means every year we go to 1 or 2 places in the world. Not everybody, not all the 85, usually about 15 come. And we spend a few days or a week with other angel groups, venture capital funds, universities, incubators. It depends on what we manage to organize in different countries in the world, in order to A, learn from what they're doing, B, share. At this point, we have something we can share, and C, build relationships with likely-minded people all over the globe, which is useful for co-investments and exits. But also D, these kind of trips are an incredibly precious tool for our members to fuel the passion and fun bit. So when you take a trip together with your angel members and you go, you explore a different country, you explore different ways of doing things, this does marvelous things in terms of strengthening the motivation of the people to still be part of the group. So, so we keep on doing this, and the final thing is, our president this year, we actually won the award for Best Business Angel of the Year at European level, and Francesco, who's is the tallest guy in the top picture between me and another guy. And he has been an angel for more than 15 years. He didn't even know he was an angel at the beginning, as usual. But he financed a number of companies in multiple sectors, and he was one of the early investors in one of the success stories in Italy, which is called Yux.com, which just went public at the beginning of, I guess at the beginning of 2011, it went public. And so Francesco finally exited the company and bought himself a very nice sports car, which I had the pleasure to ride. And beside that, he had even some money on the side. And Francesco's been, so he has been one of those angels that invested a lot by himself at the beginning, because there was nothing like a group. But then when he discovered the opportunity of creating a group, he co-created the group with me and others. And he has been really sort of the spokesperson for the group vis-a-vis some very high-level people that he was in contact with. So sort of his connections have been probably incredibly instrumental in the group growing from 9 to 85. So, in this sense, we are quite happy to, have Francesco as our president, and it's sort of the testimony of the spirit of what we think an angel group should be. Which doesn't mean that, okay, I've been saying, and my time is over, and I've been saying a lot of positive things, but at the same time, we are facing substantial challenges, and the first one of which being what I said before is when you start working in a group and when your angel investors, your group members only invest within the group, which is our case, you start moving into bigger and bigger deals. And since our members come from all over the country, we don't meet that often, so our process is quite long. So we do have challenges. A group like ours have challenges to face. First one is, how do we get to the earlier stage ones? Is there a way we can do that and still safeguard the collaboration, as I can say, the seriousness of the process? How can we get to those deals? Because an angel group which becomes too big and too structured will never invest in Facebook. Because Facebook, to make money, you have to invest at the beginning. And the second one is, how can we speed up the process, make sure that the entrepreneurs don't get frustrated by too much of a lengthy process. So there is fun, there is passion, there are challenges, which is why actually angel investing is so exciting. Thank you very much.